conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast where it's pizza time. I'm Dan O'Keefe, and joining me, as always, is Anna Otto. How are you, Anna?
Good. I snuck another piece of bread in my mouth, even though I said I was done eating. I was like, no, I didn't think this through. But I'm good, Dan. I'm good. How are you?
I know this will be coming out on January 7th, but how was your New Year?
Dan, it was good. I fell asleep, as you already know. How was yours? How was your birthday?
It was good. I turned 23, so
you're old.
For a year, nobody will like me because I need to watch my TV show. But other than that, it was calm. It was chill. Not much happened. I did, a couple of days ago, I thought I saw you, Anna, while I was rock climbing.
You did. You told me.
Yeah, I saw your evil twin. Anna's evil twin is like Anna, but her hair is calmer and shorter, not as colorful.
I feel like my evil twin would not be eating this soup that's mostly heavy whipping cream like I am right now for dinner. I feel like she'd be like, skim milk instead. You know, the healthier option.
Well, I texted Anna, I was like, I saw your evil twin, and I was like, she was wearing black. And Anna responded with, a color I never wear!
No, you know I need to wear something that at least has one pop of color on it. Even when I'm feeling emo, I got some red or something.
Yeah. Well, speaking of emo, also joining us today is David Rodriguez. How are you, David?
I'm good. So happy to be back. I'll take the emo as a compliment, because back in my heyday, I was known as the scene emo kid at high school and middle school.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I need to see pictures of this later.
Oh, there's just countless pictures of me just like with the emo bang.
Wait, please save the emo bang for Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, we'll bring those out.
Please, I look forward to them.
So the movie that we're talking about today is, I think I can say this pretty confidently, the only movie that ends with Dashboard Confessionals Vindicated playing over the credits.
It's
Spider-Man
song,
2.
Dan. It's a good song, Dan. Don't be a hater.
I am being a hater.
I liked it.
It's not a good song.
What? I was sitting there, I was like, why does this slap so hard? I was like vibing. Gage was like, I have the CD in my car. I was like, get it out. Let's listen to it.
I didn't even know. I knew the first album so well. I loved it. Second movie, soundtrack, knew nothing about. When that song came on, I was like, meh.
Meh.
Well, it came on. I had to go to work, so I was just like,
okay.
I don't have time for this alternative mumbo jumbo. But I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's good for the time.
I'm the old man on this podcast. You're not allowed to say something like, I don't have time for this alternative mumbo jumbo. That's my job.
Very upset that both of you didn't like the song. I thought it slapped. And I will be listening to it in my free time. Thank you.
I'll listen to it. I'll give the soundtrack a good listen to, because the first album slaps. In my opinion.
So the first movie, the credit song is by Sum 41,
Amazing.
and then this one is Dashboard Confessional. Is that a lateral move? I feel like it's a lateral move.
It's keep it in the genre. They'd be playing on the same radio station that I worked for. I mean,
there you go. But I like Sum 41 better.
The first one also had Chad Kroeger.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, true.
So this is a step down.
Wow.
What is it?
Anyways, it's Spider-Man 2, released in 2004 on June 30th. Once again, directed by Sam Raimi. Written by Alvin Sargent. Starring Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, Alfred Molina, Rosemary Harris, and Donna Murphy. Music by Danny Elfman. It cost a cool $200 million, which is about my net worth, and
Oh,
it made
get out.
$789 million at
so
the
well.
box office.
My net
On
worth.
Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 93%,
I agree.
What?
which is high. It's a 93.
I will say I did organically see this movie on TV within the last 5 years, but neither of the other ones. So, I did see Spider-Man 3 playing on a TV display in a Target once a few years back, and that was a little jarring, but that's for the next episode.
Yeah.
It's a lot to talk about.
In 2016, I can't believe I'm reading this sentence because it doesn't sound like a real sentence. In 2016, James Charisma of Playboy
I was going to say,
ranked
is that a
the
porn
film
name?
number 9 on a list of 15 sequels that are way better than the originals.
Yeah.
And then, conversely, Jay Hoberman of The Village Voice thought the first half of the film was talky, bordering on tiresome.
Interesting. That sounds like something
there's a
you would.
range.
That sounds like a way you would describe something. Talky. Didn't like that voice though.
Yeah, there were a lot of words in this movie. I couldn't keep up.
Exactly.
So anyway, what'd you guys think in general?
David, you're the guest.
I loved it. I actually had a great time watching this movie. I thought it was actually a really good film. Like I have notes, but like I was just so invested in it that there's really not much to say except the fact that it was a really good movie. I like the concept of them going into like kind of like mental health with Spider-Man, even though they don't really like press on it. Like one could argue that like he's really depressed and like is not in a good place. And then he changes his lifestyle and like it's all good. I don't know. It's an interesting concept. But I love everyone in this movie. I thought everyone did a great job. So I give it 2 thumbs up.
This movie made me feel guilty because I don't like this Mary Jane at all. I think she's a terrible person, and I think she and Peter Parker in this specific Spider-Man bring out the worst of each other. And I ranted about that a lot. It was fine, though. Like, it was good. It's still not my favorite Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Tom Holland, I'm thinking of you, baby.
I love Tom Holland too. I think
Tom
he's
Holland.
my favorite as well. What about you,
For
Dan?
reference, well, before I get into that, this movie came out in 2004, about 3 years before Tom Holland was born. So
Wait, whoa. When was Tom Holland born? Are you lying to me?
Tom Holland was born in 2007. He's 14 years old.
No, he is not even. Okay, you had me for a second, and I was like, whoa, I need to cool it on the thirsting. That is not good.
He's like 22 or something like that. He's like
He
your
is.
age, isn't? Or well,
He's
Dan,
24,
like that.
everyone. He is 24.
Oh, so
he's
he's-
only a year younger than me. It is well within my right to think he is attractive.
He's
There.
my height, so I feel like I could have played Spider-Man. I'm just saying it.
Are you British? Did you win a Tony for playing Billy Elliot?
No, I didn't. But
Rethink. No, I'm kidding.
Tom Holland is your height. Matt Damon and I have the same size hands, feet, and are the same height. So basically, we could have our own cinematic universe. You're Spider-Man. I'm Loki in the one scene in Thor Ragnarok that Matt Damon is in. And Anna is watching the movie.
I have the same birthday as Andy Samberg.
all right,
I don't know where to put that in, but it's a fact.
it's something.
He's really cute too, so.
I liked this movie. I didn't think I liked it better. I liked it better than the first one. I'll say that.
I did
But
enjoy
not
that
like-
there were less spiders. Let me just say that right away. Okay, sorry, Dan.
Yes.
Continue.
There's an infinitely smaller amount of spiders in this movie.
There were.
I liked it more. I thought that Dr. Octopus was a better villain, like how he was written and story-wise. A little less fun, a little less campy of a villain. The movie's a little less campy itself.
Well, because
but-
poor Doc Ock has like an actual, well, not a reason, but he's got some sad times.
He's got
movie.
a real
yeah.
tragic, and you
my
see
favorite.
the loss go through, which is why it works.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fun. I'll give more thoughts after we go through the whole rundown. But yeah, it was good. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page, and it's based off of 3 storylines in the comics, and 2 of them that they name are "If This Be My Destiny" and
Wait.
"Spider-Man No More." Both with exclamation marks.
The first one is the title of Dan's autobiography. If this be my destiny, the Dan O'Keefe story.
I'd watch it.
No, my biography
Or read
is
it.
far too loud and 45 minutes early.
Is that the name of, like, that's the name?
Yes.
Oh.
That's just the description of it.
Oh, that's why I was confused. I was like, wait, he's just describing it? I'm lost.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, Anna. Okay, I'm having a mental breakdown on air.
Oh, great.
Yikes.
Love that for you.
We should probably get into the movie before.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, one last thing before we get into it. So Alvin Sargent wrote this movie. He is a 2-time Academy Award winner. He wrote the screenplay for Julia from 1977, which was Meryl Streep's film debut. And he also wrote the screenplay to Ordinary People, which was Robert Redford's directorial debut, and was filmed in my hometown.
Well, not every movie's going to be a winner, just a lot of them.
He also wrote Spider-Man 3.
Oof. Yikes.
Was he in charge of casting? Is that why Topher Grace is in that movie? Or, like... Anyway.
So the movie starts out after about a 45-minute long montage of
I already have a
concept
complaint.
images.
I already have a complaint because they're concept images from the previous movie, and I think that's stupid. I know they don't want to give anything away because this isn't Midsummer, but I still think it's stupid.
I liked it. I thought it was fun. Like, you know, it's a nice little, like, reminder of what happened in the first movie.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years. People forget.
Yeah, I guess some people didn't watch these movies, 1 week apart.
True.
Yeah, it's the That's What You Missed on Glee version.
I can't do the actual note, it's too high, but okay.
So after the montage, we then see that Peter Parker is a pizza delivery boy in New York City, riding around on his little moped. He's got to deliver a pizza in 29 minutes or less. Otherwise, Asif Manvi will fire him.
Go!
He can't,
I love that go.
he can't make it across the city on time, so he has to deliver the pizza as Spider-Man. And even though he swings through the sky and saves a couple of kids who are running through the street, he doesn't make it on time.
Okay.
Spider-Man, he's got to deliver these 9 deep dish pizzas for free. What a terrible deal!
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Can I just say, first of all, the whole skit of him coming out of the closet, you know what I mean? Coming out of the broom closet and, like, all the brooms are falling over and stuff. There's a receptionist watching him. Don't you think she would have seen him go in there as Spider-Man?
It's hard to say.
Like, did she think
Yeah.
there were 2 people in there? Like, oh, Spider-Man came out, but then this weird random dude was the one who walked back out. Like, don't know if there's any connection there, but
He could have gotten in through, like, an air vent or something.
That's what I'm
I
thinking.
guess. But still, then I'd be like, I'm thinking too hard about this. It's fine.
Also, Dan or Anna, have you ever played Spider-Man 2 or like the
Yes.
video game?
No,
The
I didn't
best
really have video
superhero
games.
video game.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, talk about another like milestone in like superhero like I don't even know history, but that game is great, and I just like immediately thought of the pizza mission and the stupid music that plays.
Yeah.
It like blares as you're trying to get these pizzas in.
Lord above. Ugh.
Do you recognize who the receptionist is?
Are you asking me
The actress? Either of you.
No.
that? Okay, well, Dan, you know I have actor face blindness,
Yeah,
so no.
I'm pretty bad.
Well, it's Temperance Bones, Emily Deschanel.
Really?
The star of Bones.
It's Emily
What?
Blunt?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fake, but okay.
There are
It
a
didn't
lot
look
of
like her.
actors in this movie that are far too big, playing far too small of roles.
Well, I probably didn't recognize any of them, so...
I can't wait to hear more.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Can't wait to be surprised.
Well, if you're watching, did you guys watch Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 2.1? Because that's the extended edition of it.
Ooh, no. I just watched my DVD special edition of Spider-Man.
I watched Gage's DVD edition.
Well,
Dan is out
you
here
guys,
with his highbrow raising his
Yeah.
eyebrows and
Did you watch it on
superiority.
Stars?
I watched it on a website that is hosted, I think, in Angola. So
Oh God, Dan.
they only had Spider-Man 2.1. And I don't know if this is in the regular cut. Is Spider-Man going down in the elevator?
Yes.
In the Spider-Man... Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
The crotch.
he goes
joke.
down the elevator and he has this awkward conversation
Yeah.
with an ad agent. That actor is Hal Sparks, who you might recognize from... If you ever watched any of those VH1 I loved the 90s or 80s
Oh,
or 2000s
yes.
things, or the top 100 countdowns that they
Yeah.
would do. He was on all of those. He was the original host of The Soup, which we'll get to later.
Oh God.
Wow.
So another name for you.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Dan, for that
Yeah.
little tidbit.
I also love the guy that said, that guy, Spider-Man stole that guy's pizza.
Yeah.
I genuinely laughed at that.
God, yeah.
Some of these jokes really landed with me. I'll say that much.
David was absolutely tickled.
Yeah.
Just
I
absolutely
was.
tickled.
So anyway, Peter Parker goes back to work. He didn't deliver it in time, so he gets fired, and he's like, give me my job back. And instead of doing that, Asip Manvi rips the sticker off of his helmet, as always happens when you get fired from a job.
Yep.
He then goes to the Daily Bugle, where he gets fired again because he is not delivering pictures of Spider-Man.
Pictures of Spider-Man.
As-
I can't do the voice. I'm sorry. I tried.
It was good enough.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. So he's like, fine, I'll give you pictures of Spider-Man, so he gets to keep his job. And then he has to go, because he's basically failing his science class. He is failing his science class because he's busy doing Spider-Man things. Because he's also going to the least considerate university in the world with
Correct.
a professor that actively hates him.
Okay, that's what I said. Literally, my note says, I feel like professors would be more supportive than this. Like, did we just have exceptionally understanding professors? Or, were your professors not understanding?
No, they were. I feel like that conversation would have been like, hey, let's go to my office.
Yeah.
Let's talk this out. I see
Yeah.
potential in you.
Yeah.
I don't want you to fall behind.
Like, hey, are you good?
Yeah. Even that, too.
Hit me with a you good, but it's just a lowercase letter U, and GOOD question mark sad face.
I also love how he's told to chin up when, I think it's back at the Bugle, but, he just, blatantly says, I'm in debt, I need this money. And then he's like, yeah, I'm going to pay you, half or whatever you want. And then the receptionist is like, chin up. It'll be okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
I'm
What kind of advice is that?
Yeah. Things you don't say to people when they lose their job, especially during a pandemic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just to modernize it a little bit.
Life got you down.
Yes.
Just put a smile on your face. Everything will be better if you do only that. I'm not going to help you.
Thank you, misogyny. Thank you.
So, in order to pass his science class, he has to interview, I think, or write a paper. It's not really clear why he has to, but he has to talk to Dr. Otto Octavius, who is Anna's dad.
No, he's my favorite Spider-Man character. Do you know why? Or villain.
He has
I
your
should say.
name?
Yeah. Well, when I was little, I liked him because his name was Otto, and now I'm just old, and I still like that. So, okay.
Well, so not only does Peter have to interview him, he has a connection to Harry, because Harry is funding Dr. Octavius's research.
Harry needs to be funding some time for himself in therapy.
Honestly.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Absolutely.
The tension between him and Peter are
Sexual
palpable.
tension. It is.
The sexual
Cut it
tension.
with a knife. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. I love their little, like, still taking pictures of the bug.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so good.
Who wrote that line?
So salty.
The
You
bug.
can see
It's
the
an
salt.
arachnid. Wait, I guess
Peter.
arachnids are bugs, but you know what I mean.
Peter, if you knew who he was, would you tell me? He just stares at me
I was like,
longingly.
Says nothing.
my only note on that is, wait, does Harry know? Like, is that why they're playing this little game? Like, what's going on here? I also put, Harry is so emo. I know his dad died in the last movie, but he's got more issues than that going on, you know?
Has anyone ever been so busy that you forgot your birthday? Has that ever happened to you both?
Wait, that they forgot my birthday?
No, you forgot your own birthday. Because
Oh,
that's what happens to
no.
him.
I'm a Leo. Are you kidding me?
I don't know what that means.
That means that the
but-
whole month we celebrate.
Oh, okay. I
That's
didn't
my
know.
star sign, David.
I know-
Remember, I
I know-
read you your sign.
Oh, yes, I remember this. All my coworkers are really obsessed with it. So they're teaching me bit by bit. So I'm learning
absolutely.
sun and moon signs. I know that's a
I
thing.
don't know moon signs. I just know sun signs.
I don't like Sun and Moon. I prefer Ruby and Sapphire.
I knew you were
There
going to
it
make a
is.
Pokemon joke. I knew it.
So Peter goes and he talks to Dr. Otto Octavius, and he sees the life that he'll never have. A wonderful time with a wonderful wife that nothing bad's going to happen to her.
Nope. She's going to live a full, happy life, full of joy and love.
Just keep away from the glass. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
And
for-
poetry, apparently. That'll just
Yeah.
win all the
Yeah.
girls' hearts.
Okay, yeah, that's also one of my notes, I believe, or I just thought it. Oh, here, it said right here. Peter, do you know, wait, here it is. Sorry. You know what girl isn't gonna like it if you read her poetry? Me. It's me.
And I feel just about everyone else. In the
Yeah,
world. I'm
my-
sorry for people out there that do like poetry and do want to be read poetry, but I don't know. I just feel like that's not a...
When I was little, my mom tried to get me to memorize poems because that's what the Kennedys did with their kids.
How'd that go?
I had a lot of them memorized when I was little, but I don't remember them anymore. There is but one poem that I remember. Are you ready?
Sure.
A turkey is a funny bird. His head goes wobble wobble, but all he says is just one word. Gobble, gobble, gobble me, swallow me. Thank you. Thank you.
Reading
Snaps.
steps.
Oh, wait, Anna, I want to see if I can win your heart.
Oh my
through this
god, I'm
poem.
ready. Absolutely. Wait, if it's a lyrics
That I-
swap, I'm gonna be
No,
so
it's
mad.
not.
Okay.
It's a poem that I do not have 90% of it memorized, but I have the first two lines and the last line.
Okay, let's go.
memorized.
Let's go. Will I be fighting your girlfriend in the street for your love? Let's find out.
The outlook wasn't bright for the Mudville Nine that
Are
day.
you kidding me? You lost me. I'm gone. Bye.
The score stood 3-1 with but one more to play. And then there's about 45 more lines of poetry. Mighty Casey had struck out.
Yeah, no, you did not win my heart. I hated
But
it.
you won mine.
Oh god. If possible, I boop, 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 boop. Hello, Anna. You should also leave Dan. That poem was terrifying.
So back to the movie. Peter he starts memorizing poetry because he's going to see Mary Jane's show because she's an actress now, despite showing no acting talent in the movie.
And what play is she in, Dan?
She is, of course, in Oscar Wilde's The Importance of Being Earnest.
The importance of being bored to death. But anyway.
And you know what else? What happens? Who doesn't give thank you 5 to
Oh,
the stage
Gage said the
manager?
exact same thing.
Unbelievable! How unprofessional! I was so upset.
Gage was also shook. He was like, they didn't say thank you 5. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Absolutely it is. However, when he goes to see the play, he stops crime, first of all, which, whatever, I guess you have to do that as Spider-Man.
Yes.
But when he goes to see it, he shows up late, and Bruce Campbell won't let him in.
Honestly,
I was just gonna say, I feel like our third guest star
yeah, for real.
in this movie is coming up.
Honestly, Peter, I do feel sad for him though. Like, there's nothing worse than thinking somebody was coming to your show on a certain night and then you don't see them in the audience because they didn't get there. Like,
For sure.
it makes me sad. Like,
Yeah.
I've had that happen.
But how the hell did she know where he was gonna sit? I mean,
Maybe-
there's one
Yeah.
empty seat, but like that could have been anyone.
Yeah, for real. Like, that could have been somebody's grandma who just had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the show. Like, how do you know? But
Yeah, because she doesn't seem like the person who would book his ticket for him.
Yeah.
no, and unless they
No.
had, like, assigned comps and they only got one comp a night, which
Yeah.
would suck. Like, what if when you're... I guess, like, in college, I only got one comp. But I don't know. You know what? This is professional theater. It should be different. I don't know how many comps I got when I last did professional theater. It doesn't matter. I'm just rambling now.
So Mary Jane, she's upset at Peter because he didn't show up. Later, he tries to call her, and he's like, "Hey, are you there? Sorry, I was going to save you, but then there was this usher guy, and he wouldn't let me in." And then he has, like, a second thought after he runs out of time, and he wants to say, like, "I'm Spider-Man. Come on. That's the reason I can't be with you. I'm the web boy."
I would not believe him. I wouldn't.
No, of course not. It is now time for Dr. Octavius to do his fusion reaction.
Okay, pause again
Test.
already because
Okay.
the needles in this scene made me jump out of my skin and want to go to bed and never get out of bed again.
The needles.
Yeah, when it sinks into his back,
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was again sent into fight or flight. Like, first the spiders, I guess Spider-Man, then the needles. Blah.
Also, I'm real happy that he acknowledged how awful that joke was. Like that little icebreaker he gives in the beginning of his speech about the rubber band.
Oh, I thought it was funny. I was like, he's so humble and normal.
I don't
until
know.
He's not.
I felt like that was like ad-libbed or like improv or something because it was just like I was like, what?
I loved it personally.
It was a love-hate for me.
It was big dad energy.
Big dad. And then Harry's clapping.
So, Dr. Octavius, I still have to say that because he's still that. He has these robot tentacle arms that he has to wear that have AI built into them because the thing that he's handling, the unobtainium or whatever it's called, it's too powerful for human hands. So he needs to use these metal arms to control everything. And it has this little inhibitor chip, this tiny little chip on the outside, very easy to smash or break or short out or anything.
Yeah, for real. Like, if you go walking in the rain, like, I'm imagining you're not going to be putting those tentacles in and out of your spinal cord every 2 minutes. So
Yeah.
That's
you're
so
going to
true.
walk outside in the rain. You're going to rust, first of all. We'll get to it.
So he goes and he's starting the fusion reaction.
Harry's clapping.
and-
It's just unbelievable.
He's wasted
he's
this
just like-
whole movie.
Yeah, I
so-
funded this. I just, yeah, he's obviously wasted
Put
or
that
something.
on the list of reasons why Harry needs therapy.
So it starts off and everything's going well. They have a stable fusion reaction, according to Daniel Day Kim, another person who we need to recognize.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him. I only knew it was him because Gage said something, and I was like,
What is he from? Sorry.
It's okay.
He's from Lost.
Oh, okay. See, I never watched Lost, so.
And he's a cutie patootie, so one would think I would have recognized him right away. But no, I don't know what actors look like until somebody tells me it's them.
Unfortunately, however, something goes wrong. There's a short in the machine, or God decides no one can play me today.
Honestly,
I think it's because Dr. Octavius says, "The power of the sun in the palm of my hand."
and God says, no, I don't think so.
And he didn't say back to formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, I'm a bit of a scientist myself. Not even once.
So the nuclear reactor, or fission reactor, fusion reactor, whatever, it basically shorts out and it starts sucking everything into it. Anything metal, it seems like it gets stuck into there. Dr. Octopus, I'll just say that. He says that he can't shut down the reactor even when it goes critical because he's like, no, I'll get it stabilized. The only thing he gets stabilized is the glass that goes directly into his wife's face.
She should have
killing
ran
her.
out of there. I know she was worried about her husband, but don't you think for your own safety you would have also left when everyone else left? I don't know. I guess if I was in this situation, I don't know what I'd do, but I feel like I'd be like, see you later, Otto.
And I and I know this is a PG-13 movie, but like when they showed her body, I did not see one shard of glass in her.
Yeah.
Wanted a full, like,
I didn't want anything like super gory, but
Maimed.
maybe like 1 or 2 shards. It just looks like she just got like whipped by glass and was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Peace.
So Peter, who's there with a bunch of reporters, he ends up saving Harry, knocking him out of the way of the ceiling falling. Harry, upon seeing that Spider-Man has saved him, responds with, "You still a bitch," and refuses
Yes,
to help
that's
him.
exactly
Essentially.
what he says.
Yeah, and
Still
then
drunk.
Peter, he stops the experiment. He unplugs all the wires and breaks the generators or whatever, and he destroys it. And Dr. Octopus, the inhibitor chip, gets shorted out when that happens, and he falls to the ground, knocked out.
I have something I thought of that I'd like to ask.
Okay.
Do we think that when the fusion, like when the tentacles and their needles get pushed into Dr. Octavius's spine, don't you think the weight of those tentacles would have just ripped his spinal cord out?
It's very possible.
Like that's something that's been haunting me.
I hope. Well, like he says that for like it's resistant to like magnets and something else. I forgot.
Magnets and heat, I think, is what he says.
Yeah.
But-
So maybe there's a metal out there that's like lightweight.
Maybe, and he can kiss.
It's like carbon fiber. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, I guess. That was something that came to mind, and, like, I just thought it would rip your spine out.
That'd be
Okay.
hilarious if he never tested it out and
No,
then just
and
like,
it's, like, so heavy.
and then just he puts it on and then just kills him right away.
Yeah, like, I'm picturing, like, a cartoon, like, his spine falls out, and he's like,
Oh.
uh-oh. Like... Anyway, okay.
Dr. Octopus, more like Dr. Spinopus. It's
Literally.
just the spine.
It's
Literally.
just the
He
spine.
turns into the grandma from SpongeBob. I remember when they first invented chocolate, like that.
Has no body.
Wait, but what would he be saying? I remember when they first invented spines.
Yes, essentially. All right.
Well, speaking of spines, he goes to the hospital where the doctors are going to remove the harness. However, since the AI chip has been destroyed, the arms, now sentient, are like, nuh-uh, kill all the doctors there, wake up Dr. Octopus, and Dr. Octopus has the, what have I become? What have I done? And runs away to the nearest abandoned harbor.
There's no music under when the tentacles are killing people, and I think that's so eerie.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
No, I like it. It's just creepy.
I love when
Yeah.
there's like really intense scenes, like the one that comes to mind is like Two Towers, like when the wags or whatever they're called, those like hyena dog looking things, when they have that battle, there's just like no music at all. It's just like the sounds of people dying and getting like ripped apart. I love it.
It's creepy,
Yeah.
right?
It's such
Yeah.
a good effect. And I also love Sam Raimi did Evil Dead, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I love the minor Evil Dead reference when the guy like lifts up the chainsaw. I love that.
I wouldn't
I
have
thought it was
known,
fun.
I'm
You've never
sorry.
seen Evil Dead
No.
before? It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it sometime.
It's a classic. It's a
Okay.
classic.
Okay.
It
But-
is. It's a classic comedy horror movie.
Yeah.
We do love a
Yeah.
comedy horror movie.
Another thing that I think is fun, in addition to the eeriness that there's no music, is that basically this scene and the first half, I'd say, of the previous scene where the reactor starts to fail, they're basically just horror movies. Like, body horror movies with the glass and everything.
Oh yeah. For sure.
It's really cool. I just like the change in tones and things.
Yeah. And like it's still like got that like comedy horror. Like it's still kind of goofy, like how he takes the chainsaw and is like trying to rip it. But like they're like you're saying, like it's still eerie and like kind of like just brutal. Like him just like killing all these doctors.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's,
just the nails, the nail part where that girl's getting dragged and like her nails are like ripping off the floor or whatever. I hated that.
Yeah.
I did put "Happy Birthday, Dr. Octopus" in my notes during that scene. But anyway.
So, Peter, what happens next? Let me remember. Dr. Ock, he goes to the harbor, whatever. He's like, no, I need to do the experiment again. Well, how am I going to do that? Guess I'll comically rob a bank for all of their gold coins.
While wearing a freaking fedora.
Yes, and the arm that takes off the fedora. I was like, "Milady."
Literally.
That's
Oh, and it's Joel McHale is there. He's the bank teller.
Yeah.
Or not bank teller, he's the financial advisor.
our fourth or fifth one now.
I screamed.
Our
He was the only
second
one
host of the soup appearing in this movie.
He was the only one I actually recognized on my own because I like Joel McHale.
Yeah,
So.
he looks familiar, but again, I didn't know where he was from.
Okay. You could have thought he was Timothy Oliphant. That happens a lot too.
Sure, we'll
They
go
look
with that.
identical.
I also love. There's a little scene with J. Jonah Jameson before the bank, and he makes a Doctor Strange joke.
Yes.
Yeah, I just love that. I was like, Marvel crossover.
Yeah, I forgot for a second when he made that joke. I forgot that Doctor Strange wasn't a movie yet. So like,
Right.
I was like, oh, Doctor Strange would back then. All the people who were super into Marvel were probably like,
Yeah, and now it's like even like more like recognizable. And then also that transition from the warehouse to J. Jameson's office is like this weird like water Microsoft.
It's like the shimmer wave
yes, I was like,
transition.
what? So out of place. Like everything up until that point was fine.
They might as well have just done a star wipe.
I know.
A spider wipe.
They kind of do a spider wipe at one point because they zoom in on Spider-Man's chest to go into another scene later in the movie.
God. The spider wipe.
They're like all the transitions are fine except for like one or two of them. It's like, did you like have a time crunch on this?
Yeah,
like
for real.
was it due the day of for edits?
So, Peter and Aunt May, they are at the bank because Aunt May's house is being foreclosed upon because she lives in a house in New York and she's unemployed. So, of course, she's going to get foreclosed upon. She can't afford that rent.
No.
So, Dr. Octopus, he's, robbing the bank. Things start happening. Peter becomes Spider-Man. They have a nice fight on top of the bank, on top of the clock tower.
Yeah.
He miladies the whole bank.
He miladies the whole bank. Don't forget.
In the fight,
Stan Lee saves
Dr. Octopus. Yeah, Stan Lee cameo, and then Dr. Octopus takes Aunt May hostage.
Yeah.
But of course, Peter rescues her. But Dr. Octopus, he gets the money. Oh no!
Okay, but
and
going
then
back
the Daily
to the Aunt
Bugle.
May... Oh, sorry.
The Daily Bugle officially calls him Dr. Octopus.
Aunt May's kind of a bad bee, though. Like, she's scared, but not so scared that she can't hold her own.
Yeah, I mean, she basically saves Peter from getting stabbed.
I just wanted to say.
Also, I forgot who the actress who plays her, but she just does such a good job of just playing an old, sassy, like, I still got it, old
for
lady.
real. Gage told me she did all her own stunts, for the most part.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah, she was 77 at the time that they filmed this movie.
My God.
that.
That's impressive.
Yeah, her name's Rosemary Harris. She's still alive.
Yes!
She's 93.
Hell yeah. That's
Love
awesome.
that.
We stand.
So, guess what?
What?
Mary Jane. She's engaged.
Okay, let's take 2 seconds to just say I hated at the scene when they're introducing J. Jonah Jameson's son, how the woman describes him as delicious.
Yes, I put that down as well. I was like, who does that?
I was like, why delicious? Isn't this supposed to be like a professional, formal gathering and we're calling him delicious? Like,
Unbelievable.
Anyway, also Harry's plastered again.
Harry takes the Oscar for this this scene. I love everything he does. It's just so good. Oh my gosh.
I feel like James Franco probably had a really good time when they're like, just be wasted the whole movie. He's like, say no more. Like,
say no more.
Say no more.
You know, I am a character actor, so... Bud Light's on me!
Oh, God.
Oh my god, and those little slaps he gives Peter.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness.
He's sloppy.
Turn the other cheek.
He's a sloppy poppy, one might say.
So, yes, Mary Jane gets engaged to J. Jonah Jameson's son, John Jameson.
Jacob Heimer-Schmidt.
Honestly.
There we go. And Peter suffers an emotional breakdown and basically loses his powers because he has confidence issues.
Oh.
Basically, it's a metaphor that he can't get it up.
Thank you! I was going to say the exact same thing. But I was
Like
happy to see the return of the Peter Parker glasses, because I like those.
Yes. Like the first movie, it's a metaphor for puberty. This one is a metaphor for erectile dysfunction.
Oh, no.
And the third movie is a metaphor for Topher Grace.
No!
Topher Grace. Wow, I was gonna say like mental health, but I guess erectile dysfunction. I guess it passes.
They're both health issues.
They are. Yeah. Yeah. Poor Toby.
He's got a lot of issues.
Peter goes hard into his New Year resolution of no longer being Spider-Man. He throws out his suit, goes to a normal life.
Why didn't he save it for the memories, you know? Save it for the memes. He should have put the suit in a box. Like, it's a very high-quality suit. Save it for the memes.
Right?
Well,
Maybe
he wants to do it right. He wants to just, throw that life away. And that's exactly what he did.
I am sentimental, I guess.
I am too.
Thank you,
I wouldn't
David.
have thrown it out. I'd have kept that shit.
Right?
Sell it on eBay.
I know.
Yeah.
As they say in the movie.
Peter tries to reconcile with Mary Jane, and she's like, I'm a bitch in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you again.
They are both so toxic in this movie that I think I almost, died. Because
They're
so
actively
angry.
working in each other's worst interests the entire time.
They are. Like, Peter is trying to break up her engagement, and she is, like, still kind of into it. They bring out the worst in each other.
Yeah.
This version of MJ and this version of Peter are so selfish.
Yeah.
Also, he actively is trying to, break up their engagement, but the man just asks, you want to get some chow mein? And she's like, I'm getting engaged, Peter. I was like, whoa, you can't get chow mein. That seems like a pretty normal thing.
Said the exact same thing. My God.
I was like, that's a normal thing friends do. I would never think in a million years that if someone asked me if I was engaged and then someone asked me to, get some chow mein with them, I'd be like, you bastard.
It's the context, David. It's the context.
Yeah, I guess it is the context.
Cheating main, or is it
cheating main?
Cheating main?
I'll tell you. If you're ever confused, friends, I'll tell you what the motives are behind that Chinese food. Hit me up.
All right.
I'll have you know, Chinese food is a known aphrodisiac.
I didn't know that.
No, absolutely not.
I'm Googling.
How is it an aphrodisiac? Every time I eat Chinese food, I want to sleep for 19 days after I eat
agree
it.
with Dan.
How could I be loving after that?
Yeah.
There's too much MSG.
Also, the freeze frame before he goes sees the play, that montage of him doing all the crazy stuff, and then it's just him smiling freeze frame. I'm like, end of movie.
The freeze frame, I put in all caps, not the freeze frame.
It's too good.
Okay, also let's just move right along here. Why are they whispering MJ's lines from the wings? I know she goes off script because she sees Peter and she's so freaking shook for God knows what reason. But I'm sorry, that was so salty of me.
No, I agree.
But
she's supposed to be professional.
Yeah.
You can't let that shit distract you.
Yeah.
The show must go on.
I'm full on having thoughts about what I want to have for dinner when I'm doing a show and I'm still on script.
Yeah.
At that point, shouldn't she just be robotic about it? But also, nobody's gonna save your butt, girl.
No.
That's fake. news.
Yeah. There's never
Amen.
a stage manager scream whispering your lines
No,
off
they're
stage.
too busy getting ready to absolutely murder you as soon as you walk off stage because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it is their show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a garbage man brings the suit to J. Jonah Jameson.
In a bag, like it's gonna be his actual head.
Yeah. And then I don't know, was this in the theatrical one too, where J. Jonah Jameson wears the suit?
No.
Oh, what?
Okay, because in 2.1 there was a clip of him wearing the Spider-Man suit and like pretending to be Spider-Man and doing like
Jesus Christ.
with
Oh
his
my
hands and
God,
stuff.
I need to
It's
see
really
this.
funny.
I want to see
It's
that
on
so bad.
YouTube if you want to look it up.
Yeah, I definitely will after this.
I thought of something that we didn't mention that comes up
Sure.
right before this scene. The Asian woman singing the Spider-Man
The
theme
Spider-Man
song
theme.
feels not
Questionable.
good. Not good. It feels not good.
Yeah. I
I just
agree.
wanted to touch base on that. It feels
And
not.
she gets two scenes
I know.
of her
And
singing.
I'm
does.
deeply uncomfortable.
And
both
yeah,
times.
I also felt a bit uncomfortable. I was like, why?
Yeah,
like, why?
I went,
why? Just why? That's all I gotta
I
say.
went, could she have just been singing it in a not seemingly racist way? Like, could she just have... I don't know. It felt wrong to me. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
So Peter tells Aunt May how he's basically responsible for Uncle Ben's death, and she responds by going, "Bye, bitch," and leaving.
And also, Aunt May, breaking child labor laws, and giving that kid $5 for moving all that shit out of her house.
I
Yeah.
mean, when I was little, I got, well, that's not true. I got paid
$20 to do that. Never mind.
I was like, that kid needs to run. Like,
I mean, you
Or-
know, kids will do, like, anything
I know.
For a quick buck.
that's why
Yeah.
child
Money
labor laws are a
has no
thing.
value to them. It's all the same.
Think about how, like, I don't know if you guys ever babysat when you were little, but I was lucky because people would pay me like $10 an hour to babysit. But you can pay babysitters like $3 an hour, and what are they gonna
Yeah.
do? Say, according to labor laws, you gotta pay me at least $7.25. Like,
I'll file a report with the Better Business Bureau
Oh,
if you do
God.
not raise your wages.
God, your kid. I mean, I would have hit him with the "your kids are brats, pay me more," but
Yeah. I just thought it was outrageous. It just looked like a lot of stuff for a 7-year-old to be
fair.
moving.
fair. Also, when they said he was like 7, I was like, where? That is at least a 10-year-old.
Well, Peter's supposed to be 20 in this movie.
no, I don't
yeah,
believe
you're
that
right.
either. He acts like he's 15.
Yeah.
But not-
And he
no.
looks like he's 35.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
There's a lot going on there.
I'm very confused.
So, Dr. Octopus, he needs more of the tritium, or unobtainium, whatever. So he goes to Harry, and he's like, "Give it to me!" And Harry says, "Okay, bring me Spider-Man." And Dr. Octopus is like, "Okay." So, Doc Ock, when Peter is eating lunch with Mary Jane, not chow mein this time,
Not chow mein.
but a full lunch. No romance there.
You know, lunch is less romantic than Chinese food, obviously.
Apparently.
Yeah. He finds Peter, he's like, "Go find Spider-Man." And then he takes Mary Jane, and he's like, "I don't know where he is." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna peel her skin off."
Yeah.
Like, yikes, man.
Also, poor planning
Calm
for him.
down.
Because, like, if he didn't dodge that car, they'd be dead.
Yeah.
Like, he would have nothing
Yeah.
on Harry. I guess he could just threaten Harry to give it to him, but just poor planning. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So, of course, because Peter's in danger, nothing turns him on. Like, just a little bit of danger in the bedroom. Peter starts
literally.
getting his powers back. In
God.
fact,
The whole
he
bedroom
yells as
is
he's
his-
jumping over buildings, "I'm back! I'm back!"
Oh,
And then he,
God.
of course, loses them, and he lands on... He should die.
Thank
Like,
you.
should have
I said
died.
the exact same thing. I was like, he should have at least broken some serious bones. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "My back," which I'm like, me now at 25.
yeah, literally moves
Yeah.
wrong. My neck is crooked for the whole day.
So, at this time, J. Jonah Jameson, he's like, maybe I was wrong about Spider-Man. Maybe the city needs him. And then Peter steals his suit back. And he's like, he's a menace to society. I was right about him the whole time. Which is great.
And then we get I forgot what he says, but we get the nice like zoom out of like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's just classic J. Jonah Jameson that we all love so much.
Cherish, so memeable.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the fight between Peter and Dr. Octopus on the subway train. And I'll say subway in quotes, because that's an L train.
It is
Yes.
the L.
They filmed it in Chicago.
Yes. They have Spider-Man as a Christ figure in this scene.
Yes,
while-
they do.
So he goes and he's fighting with Doc, and he's...
I like to call him Pontius Pilate.
Yes, oh my god. MJ will deny him 3 times before the cock crows. Anyway. So, he's stopping the train. He does that iconic scene where he swings out his webs and he's getting pulled, and my armpits hurt just watching it. Like, oh, owie zowie. Just like stretching like that at my table. I can't even imagine. Anyway, but then after he like passes out and he doesn't have his mask on and all that, they like carry him back like he's Jesus Christ over the crowd of like. They lay
Careful.
him.
He's a hero.
God, so okay. We won't tell nobody. The kids as they hand him back his Spider-Man mask. Who are you gonna tell, children? Do you know
Who's
who this
gonna
man
believe you?
is?
Yeah, you don't know who this generic mid-20s white guy is.
Yeah, like, wow, we saw Spider-Man. He's white and he has brown hair. Okay, could you narrow it down a little bit more? Like, that's still pretty broad.
He had blue eyes. That's
Oh.
kind of rare.
Check off like one person. Cool, thanks.
Cool, he's every hipster in Brooklyn. Let's continue.
I do love this scene very, very much. Besides the iconic, like, him stopping the L. It's just, like, a good fight scene. Like, everything
It is.
about
It's
it.
really fun.
It's, like, the CGI is, like, holds up pretty well, I would say, like,
Yeah.
in this. And just good fight.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Well-paced, creative with the use of the train and everything, and it's not just them fighting on top. They go all around it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of the most exciting fight scenes in all three. I think it is the most exciting fight scene in all three.
I would agree.
I agree.
No, I think we've said enough about it. Let's not mention it ever again.
Sounds good.
So, after Jesus Christ Superman, Spider-Man, I was trying to make a Jesus Christ Superstar joke, and it didn't work.
Oh my god.
Because I realized that Superman is already a character. Dr. Octopus, he goes into the train, and then all the New Yorkers, because they're real New Yorkers.
Once
yeah,
again.
nothing gets through him. Nothing gets through them. If you want to get him, you got to go through me, and me, and me, and me. So Dr. Octopus, in the most...
Catch me going, not me, fam. I'm out. Like, bye.
Yeah, I love how he just, like, pushes them
He's
aside,
like,
because that's what really would happen.
Okay. Yeah.
If he didn't,
I got to
like,
go
hurt
through all
them.
these people?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the sound of him pushing to his side as his arm squeaks because it's probably at least a little rusty by this point. How do you sleep with those? How do you
great
sleep?
question.
Would that not
Very
crush your rib
carefully.
He
cage?
hangs. Like, they
Yeah, they'll
cradle
probably
him.
just grab on and he's just like limp like a dead body. Oh god.
So, Dr. Octopus, he takes Peter to Harry, and he gets the Trinity. Sure, I'll just call it
The Trinity?
Why not?
Oh my gosh.
And we get our final cameo appearance when Harry grabs the knife. What's on the little desk there is Maker's Mark.
Oh my
Which-
god, I didn't even know
I thought it wasn't gonna make a return, but it did. I was screaming at my TV.
Oh
I was
my
like, "It's
God.
back!"
There wasn't any Dr. Pepper in this movie though.
No, there wasn't. With Maker's Mark,
Yeah.
they were like,
Your
"Double
boys
down."
were here, David. Your boys were here.
So, Peter, he goes to unmask. Nope. Harry goes to unmask Peter. That's the characters' names. And, much to his shock, Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Gasp,
And
we're all gasping.
James Franco gasps for about 34 minutes. He's like, it can't be.
He's probably
No.
still drunk too.
Probably. All that Maker's Mark.
Exactly.
So, Peter, he convinces Harry to tell him where Dr. Octopus is by saying, he's got MJ!
Who picked the wrong day to wear a dress? Let me just say that.
Yes. And that dress, she's like waterlogged the entire time. I don't believe that dress would not have been see-through at that point.
Oh, it absolutely would have. I truly think that all of this getting her wet and making her wear a dress is just a sexualizing of Mary Jane.
Yeah.
But that's for another episode. Also, what?
Don't you mean Mary Magdalene?
Mary, did you know?
Oh, God.
Your baby boy.
Wrong Mary, but yes.
Oh, you're right.
So, of course, now Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man, they have a fight as the nuclear reaction swells and begins to damage where they are fighting and threaten the city. Peter, of course, he defeats Dr. Octopus, tells him who he is, and then uses the power of friendship to tell Dr. Octopus to let his dreams go for the greater good.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Octopus, now that he has the confidence to control his tentacles, he orders them to do as he's told. And then the only way to destroy the reactor is to sink it in the Hudson River, which, if you know anything about the Hudson River and you saw that video of that one girl diving into it over the summer, she probably gained superpowers from that based on how polluted it is. So that's really the only way that this can be subdued enough.
Gross.
And then Mary Jane, of course, sees that Peter is Spider-Man.
They make out on the web.
They make out on the web, and he's like, that's why
No,
we
I
can't
think
be
I might be
together."
thinking of the Spider-Man musical.
Yeah, because I was like,
Oh, my bad.
no, because he turns her down once more, like for
Yeah.
for
You're
the
right.
5th time.
I was thinking of the musical. My bad. The Tony Award performance.
For
Sorry,
Chad comes
everyone.
in to save. They mac, don't they?
Oh,
The guy seems like a Chad. I'm sorry.
He does seem like a Chad.
Well,
God.
speaking of a Chad, Peter returns Mary Jane to her Chad, the astronaut John,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then he leaves.
Ugh.
And is that the end? No.
Of course
Instead,
it's
Harry is drunkenly yelling at his mirror.
not. Why wouldn't he be? Why? What fun would it be if he wasn't?
Where he sees a vision of his dead father in the mirror. So he throws the knight through the mirror, revealing a secret passageway into what must have been the Green Goblin's lair. And Harry finds all the stuff, and he grabs the serum, and he sees all of the Green Goblin gear, and he's like, maybe this will be me. Who knows? Sequel hook? Is that the end? No. One more. Instead of it going to the credits,
As it should.
and us getting a good old regular Danny Elfman score song, we instead see Mary Jane running through the streets of New York away from her wedding. She didn't show up. J. Jonah Jameson said to cancel the caviar.
But that's
she
it.
runs through
Yeah.
in slow motion to Peter's apartment, and they kiss.
How many
two of them
times? My
kiss.
last note of this movie is just how many times do I have to say that Peter and MJ in this franchise are toxic?
Yeah. But they want it. My God, do they want it?
Yeah, well, I just feel dirty about all of this. Leaving somebody at the altar is just very rude and a waste of a lot of people's money. But I know it's a movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the flowers at that wedding?
The caviar.
The caviar?
Oh,
My God.
the
JJ's
dress was definitely a Vera Wang.
JJ's gonna go bankrupt.
So after they kiss, they hear sirens, and she's like, "Go, Spider Boy."
Yep. She says, "Go get him, Tiger."
She does.
Equally cringy.
Yeah, equally cringy,
And then he goes to save the city, and we are all vindicated!
Yes. Oh my god, and I'm sobbing because I'm feeling very alternative.
Also, MJ, like, last shot, she does not look happy.
No.
She's like, I think I
No.
made a mistake, but it's
I-
too late now.
I truly don't think. I have found a wealthy husband who will cover from my days.
Honestly.
Like, that's how she was, but then she left him.
Yep.
Yeah. And that is Spider-Man 2.
Woo!
No post-credit scene because it hasn't.
The
Disney
train hasn't
MCU
started
yet?
yet.
Yeah.
We just get an end. Very nice.
We just get some dashboard confessional.
I am selfish. I am wrong.
Wow, is that MJ? Wow.
It was actually taken straight from the movie.
Those are
Just
cut
straight
lines?
yeah.
At some point in my youth, I could hit those notes. Not anymore.
There's a reason why you can't
Not
anymore,
anymore.
Dan.
I know. Well, so before I get into the trivia, I realized that of all like the pop punk bands that I like and listen to, the only one that I can sing along with and still be in range, like still be in the same octave, is Eve 6, who have the Heart in a Blender song and basically nothing else. But like My Chemical Romance, I can't sing that high.
It's very high. Sometimes
yeah.
it's even a little high for me.
For
I
sure.
gotta switch
All
to that
time
head
low,
voice.
Oh yeah.
all time no.
All time high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need more. I say we need more punk singers with deeper voices, but that's how we get Machine Gun Kelly.
No, Dan, stop wishing that on us.
We've already gotten it.
I do
We
like
can't put it back. The
Bloody
box is
Valentine. That's the only song of his that I like. You'll be my bloody Valentine tonight. Thank you.
So some trivia for the movie. Most of the movie was filmed in New York and Los Angeles.
New York, New
you
York.
can tell the difference.
New York, New York.
You can tell the difference between the two if you look at the traffic lights. I don't know which is which, but I guess you
didn't
can.
know that was a
and then
thing.
the fight between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus was filmed in Chicago because
Yeah.
they have an L. But all of the elevated trains in New York, not all of them, but most of them were turned into subways by the 50s.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know there were elevated trains in New York ever.
Yeah. If you know the song Take the A Train, that's about taking the elevated A train to Sugar Hill up in Harlem. It's from the 30s. So, of course, it's what I
yeah,
listened to.
let me go through my repertoire here, Dan.
Yeah. So the two kids that Spider-Man saves in the beginning when he's supposed to be delivering pizza are played by Spencer and Peyton List,
Okay.
who are Disney Channel actors.
Yes, they are.
Of course.
Wait,
and
they're
then Tobey
brothers?
Maguire's... What?
They're brothers?
Well, Peyton is a girl,
Oh, whoops.
and then Spencer is a boy.
Oh, I was thinking of different kids. My bad. There's some kids later
okay.
on in the movie that I'm pretty
In
sure
the L?
are also Disney Channel kids. But
The
they
two
didn't...
kids who are like, we'll never tell, in the train,
No.
those are
but
Tobey
okay.
Maguire's half-brothers.
Oh.
Aw, cute.
But who are you thinking of?
I can't remember when it happens, but there's two little boys, and they look nothing alike. That's why I was confused when you were like, when I thought they were something. But I'm pretty sure one of them is the little boy who was in Haunted Mansion, and then the other one was on Disney Channel when he was younger on Shake It Up with Zendaya.
I don't know.
And my crush, Bella Thorne.
Oh no, really?
Hey, when I was in high school, she was not as crazy as she is
You know
now.
who else
And she's
likes
my
Bella
age.
Thorne?
No.
And also, what's her face? Not Sigourney Weaver, Samara Weaving.
Samara Weaving.
Yeah, you engage both like both of them.
You could have had me, Anna.
Why, Dan? I love you, but not like that, Dan.
Because Gage and I both like the same celebrities.
True. That is true. It's pretty much like you guys are interchangeable, honestly. If I woke
Damn,
up one day and
basically.
Dan was here, I'd be like,
Oh my gosh.
I'd be like, not
Yikes.
surprised.
I don't know how I feel about
Gage
that.
couldn't switch with you, though, because he's allergic to cats.
Rough.
Bring Poppy here, though.
So,
Just Poppy.
some more trivia. I don't know where Poppy is right now.
Oh, I was just thinking about waking up in bed next to Poppy and only Poppy, and it was really providing me some serotonin for a second.
So Tobey Maguire had injured his back while filming Seabiscuit, and had
What a
his
lame
back
movie
not
to hurt
healed in
yourself.
time, they were going to replace him with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I would have liked to see
That's
that.
crazy.
A far
Yeah.
hotter Spider-Man.
Because He's in Far From Home.
A far
As-
hotter
He is.
Mysterio.
I guess.
He's a good looking man.
Yes.
He was
And
on
then-
Broadway.
He
in-
was. Sunday in the Park with George.
Yes. Oh, I loved that.
I'm a fan.
Some what if casting. People who are considered for Dr. Octopus.
Yes.
Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Again.
David
Okay.
Duchovny. Sam Neill. Ed Harris. Chris Cooper. And Liev Schreiber.
So far, the only one I knew was Robert De Niro.
Yeah. And Ed Harris. I know who Ed Harris is.
Sam
Wait.
Neill is Dr. Grant in Jurassic Park.
Oh, I knew that. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
See what I mean? I don't know actors.
Ed Harris is the bald guy with very deep blue eyes who plays a stern bad guy in every movie.
Who am I picturing? Who's the one in Now You See Me with the hat?
Oh my God,
Woody
I don't know.
Harrelson? Is that him? I think
A little different.
I'm picturing him.
Why?
I don't know. He's got blue eyes, doesn't he?
I think so.
He's got like very jarringly blue
And
eyes.
you pick out of
He
all
does,
his
yeah.
movies, you pick Now You See Me.
I like Now You See Me.
And then, so Michael Chabon, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he was initially hired to write the script right after he'd won a Pulitzer Prize. And then, yeah, I see him. He's got the
This
eyes.
man's eyes aren't piercing.
Okay, now look up Ed Harris. He looks a little different. While Anna looks that up, I'm going to.
They're exactly
say
the
what was
same.
in-
I don't know
What
what
did-
you're talking
they're-
about.
What did he
They're
win
not the same.
the Pulitzer Prize in?
So in his script, Dr. Octopus would have been younger, single, and in a love triangle with Peter and MJ.
Oh my god, I love that.
Harry would have gone into extreme paranoia after his dad's death, take out a $10 million bounty against Spider-Man,
Oh my gosh.
and then Peter would have to save people from trying to kill him for the reward money.
Lord of
Interesting. That'd have been a fun movie.
Dr. Octopus's obsession with his arms is an addiction as opposed to being like AI controlled.
Or erectile dysfunction
Yeah.
issue.
Jesus Christ.
So Peter would have gotten his powers back because he would have had a microchip implanted in him by Dr. Octopus
What?
to reverse his spider DNA. I don't know. It
Wow.
doesn't make sense not reading the whole script. And he would have gotten his power back by taking a knife and pliers and just digging the chip out of him,
Oh.
which is body horror.
Yeah.
And then Mary Jane would have convinced Dr. Octopus to abandon the experiment because of their love triangle thing. And
Interesting.
then Spider-Man would break free and save Mary Jane.
Wow. Crazy man. And what did this guy win the Pulitzer Prize for? Does it say?
He won for The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay, which is a novel about the golden age of comic books.
All right. Checks
Yeah.
out.
So that's all the trivia I have for this.
Nice.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome. The only other thing that I can think of is going far back to Joel McHale. David, you said, I knew him, but I didn't know what he was from.
Mm-hmm.
He's from The Soup, but also he is from Mercer Island, Washington. In case you want to know where he went
He's
to
from
high school.
Community.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
That too!
Who does he play in Community?
The main guy.
Yeah, what's his name? Oh,
No
gosh.
way. That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm like freaking out right now because
Yeah.
I love Community. This is not. I'm gonna have to
Joel
rewatch.
McHale. Yeah.
Watch once more. But that's awesome. I love him. He's very funny in that show. But yeah, the only trivia I really have is the video game is fucking dope.
That's not true.
I know it's not
Absolutely.
trivia, but
It's just a personal opinion.
it is a personal opinion. It could be trivia, but it's so good. I know we talked about it earlier, but once again, just the swinging mechanics, everything about that game, so good. Highly recommend anyone who's never played it. Get yourself a PS2 or a GameCube. Play that.
Thank you, David. I have no trivia.
Well, Anna, since you have no trivia, you're the first to go.
Okay.
Thoughts after the movie?
I liked it. I mean, it's my favorite of the three because I like Doc Ock. I told you, I felt so guilty because I was just so annoyed with MJ and Peter's relationship the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're so toxic and bring out the worst in each other in this movie. But other than that, I like it. I think it's a good story. I think it's a good movie overall. I think, putting aside personal opinions about the actors and the choices the actors made, I think it's good. I'll say that much.
Cool. David?
I loved watching this movie again. I haven't seen it in a while. So it was nice watching it again. And I like generally was just like enjoying the movie, and was actually invested in it. The only real complaint I have is like, I guess it's not a complaint, but like the whole message of like, you gotta go like, I like it. I like how it's like, you can't, go hard on just like one thing. You gotta like take care of yourself, and like there's gotta be sacrifices in life. It's just such a weird way of them, I guess, putting that message out. I don't know, just like, because at first it's like, no, you can't be Spider-Man, and then it's like, it's okay to be Spider-Man because, and like to have MJ as well, but it's got to be toxic. Like, it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
I like, again, I understand what they're trying to get at, but I don't know. It was a bit much. But I guess that's life, you know?
There's a weird mixed messaging going on between, like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, but also, yes, you can if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And just like the whole, like, if you have a gift, you should use it. And then, like, Peter's like, you gotta die, Doc Ock, sorry. Like, see ya. It's just, there's
you
a lot
have a gift, and your gift is dying.
Yeah. There's just a lot of back and forth with it. I don't think they really come to a conclusion of, like, what is the right choice. And again, I guess you could leave it up to interpretation of, like, there is no right choice. You just gotta do you. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm giving too much credit.
Overall, I liked it. It's fun. It's campy. It's silly. It doesn't totally make all that much sense. But internally, like in the world, from how the characters act, just based off of that, all their decisions that they make sense, even though there's some of them are stupid decisions, like Mary Jane's entire being. But something that I was thinking about while watching this in comparison to the newer Spider-Man movies is both of them, this one takes itself more seriously than the other one does.
Yeah.
But what this one, it takes itself more seriously, but also it's campier and it has more fun with itself without resorting to like sarcasm and kind of like winking at the audience, like, see what we're doing here sort of thing. It is taking itself dead serious the whole time, but it's silly. Yeah. And it realizes it's a goofy movie, and that I like that more than kind of the like wink wink nudge nudge, hey, see what we're doing here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Sort of thing that they got going on in the MC. I think it's kind of grown tired with the 20,000 films that are in the MCU.
There are many of them.
Definitely. And I also love just how iconic, this the L scene is that like they literally did like the same thing in Homecoming with the boat ripping apart. I mean, it's the exact same thing. He's holding two things together like with all his might.
I mean, it is a great scene.
Yeah, I just love that it's that iconic. They're like, let's just put it in the new movie, just different contexts.
Yeah. So David, who did you say your favorite actor or actress was?
I said Samantha Barks last time. Can I do a different one?
You can do whatever Whatever you
Okay.
want. You can say yourself.
This time around, I'd like to put Oscar Isaac on the ballot.
Ooh.
We love Oscar Isaac in this house.
Yeah,
We love
he's
him.
big fan.
I too. I'm a big fan.
Big fan of his punk band.
He's got a punk band.
He was in a ska band.
Just a big fan of his face.
Oh, I love ska. Oh my god, I'm so excited to look this up.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my god.
There's one video of them performing on YouTube from some Battle of the Bands in 2000.
And
I love it.
And you know I'm gonna look all night for that shit.
I'm just a fan of his acting and his face.
Yeah.
Mostly his
Definitely.
face. Yeah.
So, would this movie be better, worse, or the same with Oscar Isaac? I'll give you two options.
Okay.
Either as Peter Parker / Spider-Man,
All right.
or as Harry.
Interesting. Not the
Ooh.
other choice I was gonna make, but okay.
Both of them have great potential. As a Hispanic, it would be nice to see a Hispanic Spider-Man
We love
for
a
sure.
super-
I mean, you don't see it. His voice in Into the Spider-Verse, he's the voice of the future Spider-Man.
Oh,
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah.
2077 or something like that. But yeah, so I love to see him as Spider-Man. I do love Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man too. I think it'd be either the same or better. Him as Harry though, it'd be fun to see him wasted throughout this whole movie. So I'd say same or better as well. But I do love James Franco's performance in this movie. It's second to none.
I feel like Oscar Isaac would just have so much fun playing a drunk person the whole time. Like,
I definitely see it.
he gives off fun vibes.
Yeah.
And cute vibes.
I'll go first. Would this movie be better, worse, or the same with Jimmy Stewart as J. Jonah Jameson?
Yes,
Oh
I'm
my
glad that's who you
goodness.
said. I was like, I don't know who he's gonna pick, but
Yes.
It would be worse. You can't do better. You can't do better than what they have already.
Yeah.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
they literally brought him back for the new ones
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's no one else that they can get for this. He's
J.K.
perfect in the role.
Simmons. Now he's got to wear a wig.
Yeah.
Wig him up.
Although, yeah, I want pictures of Spider-Man.
Pictures of Spider-Man.
Hero or menace? I don't know. It could be like his character from the Philadelphia story somehow gets promoted to be the editor of the paper.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
I do want
Well,
to
I'm
say
the first person to connect the Philadelphia story to Spider-Man too, so I'd like an award for that.
I
Honestly.
like it. I like it.
I did want to say I wanted to make you last time we talked about Jimmy Stewart being Uncle Ben, and I would have loved him in the scene where he's dying just to be like, Clarence, I'm coming home.
No. I don't want it.
That would have been great.
Oh, that would have been wonderful.
No, thank you.
Now, Anna,
Yes,
would this
Dan.
movie have been better, worse, or the same with Jonathan Taylor Thomas playing the 7-year-old boy that Aunt May pays $5 to
Better.
move her stuff?
Absolutely better. I would have lost control over my body. I'd have been like, that's a full grown man. He's playing a 7-year-old, and that's the dream.
Or the Chad, the astronaut Chad.
The Chad.
Yeah, Chad Astronaut.
Still better. I
Still
think
better?
he would have really rocked that role. He plays Smarmy well. He plays Smarmy well. Can you pick? I can picture it. This tiny little man, described as delicious. Am I the one doing the describing?
Ew.
Only time will tell. That line made my skin crawl.
Yeah. It definitely stuck out.
So, on a scale of 1 to 5, 8 deep dish pizzas delivered in 29 minutes or less, what do y'all give the movie?
I'm giving it a 5.
Bold.
Wow.
I love Spider-Man. I'm going to give all these movies a 5 except for the third one. So, but I generally give this one a 5. I feel like for the first one I gave it for nostalgia purposes, but this one I generally would give a 5.
I give it a 4.
Anna?
A 4. Because I like it. I enjoyed it, but not perfect, you know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can't give any of these Spider-Man movies 5 because they're just so laughable. I'm sorry, David.
That's fine. I'm literally only giving it 5 because Spider-Man is my favorite hero, so.
Yeah, fair. I can't be swayed, though. He might be my favorite, too, but I can't be swayed. Anyway.
And then I'm giving it, same as you, Anna, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Excellent choice,
Well, liked
Dan.
it. Thought it was fun. Good time all around.
Not enough memes, though.
No,
Not
there's
enough
only
memes.
like one
All
in
the-
this movie.
There's a good number of memes in this. Like, anytime there's Tobey Maguire's struggle face
Oh,
when
yeah.
he's doing something where he's exerting
It
himself.
looks like he pooped his pants in the scene when he's trying to stop the L. Like, he literally
Yeah,
looks like...
it's like part of me is like, this is believable because, like, you're not going to look pretty trying to stop this. But at the same time, I'm like,
He's like... Like, I can't even describe the face I just tried to make, but you know.
Well, David, thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
We'll have you back
for
next
having me.
week. It's wonderful to have you here.
Ah, Dan.
It's okay having you here.
Anna, stop. I'm hurt.
If you
doesn't think I'm mean. Oh, no.
They do. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know.
Hello, Rodriguez family. I am nice.
I mean, you did insult my dad the first episode.
Did he listen?
Yeah, my whole family listened.
Did Joe listen?
Ooh.
So insulted
Yeah.
him too.
So,
Oh,
Get
Mr.
ready.
Rodriguez and Joe, I'm sorry for insulting you. Okay, thanks. Bye.
David, now is your time if you want to promote anything, social media, anything,
yes.
go ahead.
I do have a Twitch account. It is Orbital Knight with a K.
I'm proud of you for looking it up.
6-4. All one word. No, it's fine. I haven't streamed anything, but I would love the followers because when I do start streaming, I'll be like, yay, I already have some people that are probably not going to watch, but I'll take it. So, yeah, it'll come in time. That's all I got.
If you want to follow the show on the internet, you can do so on Facebook and Twitter at And In Conclusion, on Instagram at In Conclusion Podcast. If you want to support us by giving us your hard-earned shekels, you can do that at Patreon, patreon.com/inconclusion.
What
Sorry,
is
should I say
shekels
ducats?
from? What is shekels from? Why can't I have heard that word before. Is that from Zelda?
I think it's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
They
Okay,
have rubies in
nerds.
Zelda.
Hi,
right?
nerds.
Yeah.
Please let us know because it's gonna haunt me. Okay, thanks.
And then if you want to find me on the internet, I'm on Twitter at Dan O'Keefe86, on Instagram at DLRAAR, or you can follow the Fast Facts Live TikTok account, which already has more followers than my TikTok account, at Fast Facts Live. Anna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at AutomusPrime818, or you can find me on Twitter at AutobotsRollout, capital O for Auto, capital B for Bots, capital R for Roll, and the O in Roll and the O in Out are zeros. I am also recording... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. Say.
I was gonna say I'm also recording 1 second of my whole life every single day, and this year, and it's really fun, and I should have recorded something of the podcast today. I just didn't even think about it. I recorded myself drinking an iced tea this morning, and I squandered my opportunity. It's fine.
We will be back next week when you fix this damn door! For Spider-Man 3.
No! Get your emo hair ready, fans.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm so ready.
So, get ready for that. Listen to more of some Dashboard Confessional.
I already am.
And in the meantime, everybody, stay safe, have fun, wear a mask. Bye-bye!
See ya. I want a Roomba so bad. I think they're just so fun.
Right?
I feel like Luna would just like go crazy.
I dated someone who had one, and I can't remember if they liked it or not, but it was interesting because it would be kind of scary when things were silent and all of a sudden you just hear, yeah.